Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
This Friday, July 4th, is the annual tractor pull at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney, powered by Champion Seed and sanctioned by the ECI Pullers Association. Friday, July 4th at 6:30 p.m. in Sigourney, Iowa, the Keokuk County Expo 4th of July celebration tractor pull, followed by the fireworks at dusk. Be there! The Sigourney Car Show is Saturday, July 12th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the beautiful Sigourney, Iowa Square. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, tractors, golf carts, whatever you've got, bring it to the Sigourney Car Show. Early registration is $10 and $15 the day of the show. Plus, you'll get your photos taken in front of the Memorial Fountain for $10 from 9 to 10 a.m. or 3 to 4 p.m. You can drop off or mail your registration to Keokuk County Economic Development at 112 West Washington Street in Sigourney, or get more information at the Keokuk County Economic Development Facebook page or their website. It's the Sigourney Car Show, Saturday, July 12th from 10 to 3. Make plans to spend the night of the 4th of July at the Keswick Tavern, as Luke Fox will be performing live from 8 to 11 p.m. with no cover charge. The show will be outside in the alley. Stop by and enjoy some live outdoor entertainment with Luke Fox at the Keswick Tavern. Luke is an Iowa country artist who plays Americana, roots, traditional, folk, and a whole lot more. So wrap up your 4th of July at the Keswick Tavern with Luke Fox from 8 to 11 p.m.
Welcome back to the show!
Welcome back to the show!
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and Never Wrong Nick Bull.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of Card Subject to Change.
Subject to Change. The podcast by the fan for the fan.
We are just a couple of fans living our dream.
Powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoos. So happy you have found us and joined us, our little corner of the wrestling world here for the next few minutes. Last week was we had episode 201 yesterday, the fallout from Night of Champions. But no reviews here, CZ. We have a guest this week. Of course, I'm talking to my tag team partner here. He is one half of the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the network. He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing, bud?
Good. I'm excited. We got more than one guest today. We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking to an ECW original. We're going to be talking to a Pitbull. We're going to be talking to a current ring announcer, one of my brethren. I used to ring announce. Let's just get the ball rolling. Let's get everybody in here. I'm going to start with the man who is now known as Pitbull number 3, Mr. Christopher Anino. How you doing,
guys,
my friend?
How you doing?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Joining him is, like I said, an ECW original. Some may dare say an ECW legend, Mr. Tommy Cairo. Tommy, how you feeling today, my friend?
Good. They better not dare. What's this dare crap?
Oh man,
they dare not.
CZ,
they dare not. Because I will tell you why. Only 2 men started an Extreme Revolution. 2 men for 1 year. Me and the Sandman had every type of Singapore King. Nobody was going through tables yet. Everybody frowned upon what we volunteered to do because nobody else will. So don't stand there and telling me nothing about dare bullshit.
Fair enough.
And not to use profanity, but please, seriously.
No, by all means. There are no rules on Card Subject to Change. That's why it's Card Subject to Change.
And I'm going to give you a quick little thing, a little quiz. What else besides Card Subject to Change usually was on the Star program that mostly Vincent and Vince's father, every show, whatever it was, had this little Star program. It was a company that was their logo on top, and they filled in the card for the night. It said the following wrestling exhibition.
Ooh.
So, talk about exposing the business. All anyone ever had to do if they doubted anything and they read the card up and down like I did as a kid was say, well, what is this? Look up exhibition. What does it tell you? It's like a friendly contest for demonstration purposes only.
Yes.
So it's right there, plain and simple, 50 years ago.
And of course, we've got one more guest to bring in the studio. He is Mr. Eric Stevens. Eric, how you feeling, my friend?
What's up, guys? How are you? I'm fantastic.
That's good to hear. Welcome to the show,
We're good.
everybody.
We're good, Eric. We're good.
Yeah, you look great. Good to see your
Thanks.
up and about.
You look amazing too, there, sir. You all look great. I was complimenting the beards. There was a lot of lovely beards going on here.
There is. There's some good beardage going on.
There
is.
is.
Absolutely.
I think compliments.
And Mr. Pitbull 3's got a pretty good solid goatee. He doesn't have a beard, but he's repping the goatee pretty darn well. But I've got 3 first-time guests in here, so I got to ask all 3 of y'all the same question I ask every other first-time guest. Why pro wrestling? What was it that got you into it? And just as a fan, as a kid or whenever you started watching it, what got you into it? Why?
Well, who you want to answer first? Let Chris go.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll start with the Pitbull.
I just feel as though that it was the best form of athletics. It's the best form of acting at its finest, with raw emotion. And I don't like, I guess, the normal sports. To me, they're boring. Football's boring. Basketball's boring. That's not a challenge. You're going in a straight line. That's it. Baseball's really boring. But pro wrestling, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know. That's why I like pro wrestling, because you don't know. I mean, we could just be hanging out here and somebody could just, I don't know, suplex a filing cabinet,
I can get what you're saying there, Pitbull number like 3. This. It's the great. It is the great unknown. Every time you watch a wrestling show, there is an element of the great unknown at every show. Tommy Cairo, what was it about pro wrestling for you that got you just
Bruno Sammartino?
Okay.
I'll give you as quick as I can. They announced the match next week. WWF Wrestling from the Philadelphia Arena or wherever the TV tapings were. No, I'm sorry. Washington, D.C. Ray Morgan was the announcer. It was the 60s. Next week, Bruno Sammartino and his cousin, which is, of course, his kayfabe cousin, Tony Parisi, a.k.a. Antonio Pugliese, is having a tag team match. Him and Bruno, his cousin, are tagging up against Baron Cicluna and King Curtis. So they announced it the week before. It's the next week, and they announced it 3-4 times leading up. Now they announced the match. They announced Antonio Pugliese runs out to the ring. They announced Bruno. The heels were already in the ring. They were announced first. Antonio comes out. They announced Bruno. Nothing happens. They announce Bruno again. Nothing happens. The guy comes over, hands the announcer a little piece of paper, and he reads it. He says, well, apparently, folks, we're sorry to report that Bruno has missed his flight, his connecting flight, and he won't be here. So all of a sudden, the heels, they start pounding on. Now, my uncle got me into wrestling to watch it. So I'm watching it this day. All of a sudden, the two heels are beating on Pugliese, putting the boots to him bad. All of a sudden, you see the ring announcer. He looks over his shoulder and he says, "What? Wait a minute! It's Bruno! Just came in from the airport, and he's got a suitcase with like clothes hanging out of it. His tie is pulled down. Like, he runs in. Him and Antonio Pugliese back to back. They fight off the heels, and I'm going nuts and I'm screaming. Oh! My mother comes running in. What's wrong? What's wrong? I go, Bruno. She goes, oh my God, you're driving me nuts. So my mother, instead of like doing something to get me away from it, she's smart enough to know, wow, the kid's just crazy about it. Let me get his uncle, take him to the matches. I went to my first match, watched it at 8, and 2 years later at 10, I went to my first match, Newark Armory, Bruno Sammartino, on my uncle's shoulders, patted Bruno on the shoulder. Recently, I posted a picture of me and Bruno a year before I broke in. So, I mean, that's enough for anybody. In those days, when your grandmother watched it, there was still a certain, mystique to it that doesn't really exist today. But
And class,
that's my
too.
story. That's my story.
That's awesome. I love it. And the fact that you got to see Bruno Sammartino live,
Oh,
wow,
man.
just incredible.
Yeah. 10 years old.
Eric, what got you into this wonderful world of professional wrestling we all love?
Easy question. My dad. He was a fan. I mean, from the time I could fathom thoughts, like, you remember as a kid, you just instantly start remembering things, and wrestling was always in my house. Tommy Cairo mentioned Bruno Sammartino. Bruno was actually Bruno was my dad's favorite. And he was actually at both of my dad's store openings. I have a bunch of pictures with Bruno. My grandmother, who very short little angry Jewish lady, who really didn't like anybody, wrote him like a 4-page letter because how awesome Bruno was. Apparently, like, he had a line at my dad's auto parts store over in Clementon. And he was like, I will stay as absolutely long as I possibly can. As long as somebody can get me to the airport and I can make my flight, I will make sure I can get everybody in. And my grandmother wrote him like a 4-page like letter and mailed it to him. My dad had him on like Rolodex. I mean, it was cool. Speaking of Bruno, but it was my dad. First time I ever.
Your dad may have brought me out to the ring, or
Yeah,
I was on the show that he was on.
He did a lot of NWA stuff. He did a lot of WWA stuff. Old Monster Factory with Larry Sharp. I mean, he brought some names down. I remember meeting this huge dude, and my dad brought me back to he was ring announcing this show for Larry, and he brought me backstage, and he was talking shit to this big, tall dude. He's like, Paul, don't make me come up there and fuck you up. And Paul White picked him up, eye level, and was like, little man, I shit bigger than you. I remember Paul White. I remember the Headbangers, who were the Spiders back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like you said, Tommy, I'm pretty sure he brought you down at some of the house shows. Yep. I know he brought down Gary. So it was my pops. First time I ever saw